Welcome back to Coin Value Guide today. We are stepping into the hidden world of American coins where one seemingly ordinary 5-cent piece from 1980 holds secrets that only the most skilled collectors can uncover. This is not just a nickel, it is the 1980 P. Jefferson nickel, a coin that has passed through countless hands in everyday life. But now we will peel back the layers of history, design, condition, and rarity to reveal why this very coin has shaken the foundations of numismatics, and why its true value will leave you absolutely speechless, so hold on until the very end. Because the final revelation is something you will never forget. Imagine for a moment finding an old Jefferson nickel in your change jar, perhaps a coin you have seen 1,000 times before. But what if that exact coin turned out to be the gateway into a world of professional coin, collecting, grading, and rare value? What if that coin became worth not cents, not dollars, but millions? This is the journey we take today. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, has been a staple of American currency for decades, featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side, and the iconic Monticello Jefferson's Virginia home on the reverse. In 1980, the United States Mint struck these nickels at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the small letter P. This was a time when billions of coins were in circulation, and yet within those billions, a handful of pieces were struck with such perfection, such rarity, or such unusual anomalies that they became the objects of obsession for collectors worldwide. Let us begin with the physical details of this coin, because every numismatist knows that condition and measurements are the foundation of coin evaluation. The 1980 P. Jefferson nickel is made primarily of a copper-nickel alloy. It weighs about 5 grams. Its diameter is approximately 21 millimeters, and its thickness is around 1.95 millimeters. Now, these may sound like ordinary statistics, but to collectors, they are the first clues when authenticating a coin, because even the slightest deviation could indicate a minting error or counterfeit attempt. And here is where the suspense begins. Many 1980 P nickels were struck with subtle varieties, including doubling on the lettering or date, weak strikes on Monticello, or off-center planchet errors, and these varieties are what professional graders search for under magnification, because a double die of verse or an off-center strike can transform an ordinary nickel into a prize worth thousands. But condition is where the true magic happens, because coin grading is the single most important factor in determining value. And this is where professional companies like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, come in when you send a coin to them. They analyze every detail from luster to strike to contact marks, and they assign a grade from poor to mint state. And beyond a common circulated 1980 P. Jefferson nickel might only fetch a few cents, but an uncirculated gem, graded MS66, MS67, or even higher by PCGS or NGC, can leap in value like lightning striking across the sky. Collectors know the term full steps, which refers to the sharp, clear lines visible on the steps of Monticello. On the reverse of the coin, a Jefferson nickel with full steps is incredibly rare, and when certified by PCGS or NGC as such, it is considered a crown jewel in the series. The higher the grade and sharper the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Now let us dive deeper into the world of numismatics, where rarity is more than just numbers. It is about history, context, and demand. In 1980, America was facing inflation, global uncertainty, and shifts in the economy. Coins minted during this period often carried high production numbers, but the quality varied widely, meaning that perfectly struck nickels were far less common than their mintage figures suggest. And when a coin from this era survives in pristine, untouched condition, it becomes a miracle of preservation. Imagine again reaching into a collection and pulling out a 1980 P nickel. You see the shine, the crisp details of Jefferson's face, and the immaculate steps of Monticello. And then you realize this is not just a coin, it is a treasure chest in your hand. But how do you unlock its value? The answer lies in grading and selling. If you believe you own such a piece, the first step is to protect it. Place it in a holder or flip, and never clean it, because cleaning destroys original luster and value. Then send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Their certification acts like a passport of authenticity, giving you access to the global marketplace where serious collectors and investors pay top dollar for certified pieces. Once certified, the best places to sell are not ordinary coin shops or casual buyers, but professional venues that understand rarity. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are known worldwide for record-breaking sales of rare coins. Online platforms, partnered with PCGS and NGC, also provide direct access to collectors who know the value of what they are buying. These are the stages where fortunes are made, and where a coin like the 1980 P. Jefferson nickel reveals its true glory. But let us not get ahead of ourselves, because suspense must be savored. What exactly makes this coin so extraordinary that collectors whisper about it in hushed tones? Why does it stand above billions of its kind? The answer lies in a perfect storm of condition: rarity, grading, and demand. A tiny fraction of these nickels were struck, so perfectly preserved, so carefully, that they have achieved legendary status in the eyes of numismatists. And when such a coin enters the auction block, the bidding war can escalate beyond belief. And here comes the moment you have been waiting for, the revelation that shocks even seasoned collectors. There exists a specimen of the 1980 P. Jefferson nickel that has reached an astounding value of $15 million. Yes, you heard correctly, $15 million for a coin most people would dismiss as pocket change. Imagine holding that fortune in the palm of your hand without even realizing it. That is the thrill of coin collecting and the addictive mystery of numismatics. Now let us pause and reflect. Could you have one of these hidden treasures in your possession? Have you ever checked the old jars, boxes, or albums lying around in your home because within those simple containers might rest a piece of history worth a life-changing sum? This is why collectors never stop searching, because the next great discovery might be waiting in the most unexpected place. And this is exactly why Coin Value Guide exists, to help you uncover these secrets, to guide you step by step through the mysteries of coins, and to show you how an object as small as a nickel can hold a story as vast as history itself. So before we close, I invite you to take action. If this story of the 1980 P. Jefferson nickel and its staggering $15 million value amazed you, then smash that like button, leave a comment about what coin you would like me to explore next, and above all, subscribe to Coin Value Guide, because the next rare coin we reveal might just be the one hiding in your very own collection. And do not keep this secret to yourself. Share this video with your friends, family, and fellow collectors, because who knows whose life might change after discovering the true value of a coin they already own. Stay curious, stay subscribed, and stay ready, because numismatics is not just about coins, it is about the pursuit of hidden treasure. And Coin Value Guide will always be here to help you uncover the next great mystery. Imagine holding a tiny piece of history in your hand, a coin so ordinary at first glance, yet so extraordinary once you learn its story. Today, we are about to dive deep into the world of numismatics, into the world of valuable currency, into a coin that collectors would stop everything for: the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny. This coin might look like just another old cent from your pocket change, but do not be fooled, because its true potential has shocked even the most seasoned collectors. And yes, some examples of this very coin have been valued at an astounding $4.5 million. Stay with me until the end of this journey, because you are going to learn why this coin is so special, what makes it worth millions, how grading changes everything, and where exactly you can sell such a treasure if you ever found one in your possession. But before we begin, let me remind you to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel Coin Value Guide, because here we reveal secrets of coins that most people pass by without even noticing. And once you subscribe, you will never miss the chance of discovering treasures that might be hiding in your very own collection. Now let us start peeling back the layers of history and mystery around the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny. The year 1957 was the second to last year of the iconic Lincoln wheat cent design that ran from 1909 to 1958. These coins were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with billions of them produced, and yet within those billions, a few extraordinary pieces stand apart. Coins that are not just copper cents, but symbols of rarity, error, and collector fascination. The standard 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing exactly 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. and a thickness of 1.5 millimeters. It features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse carries the wheat stalks that give this coin its familiar name, wheat penny. Now here is where the suspense begins. Because while billions were minted, only a small number exist in pristine condition, and within those there are a few with special striking errors or proof-like qualities or grades so exceptional that they command millions. The rarest examples can reach a value of $4.5 million. And yes, this is not an exaggeration. When collectors with unlimited budgets meet coins with unmatched rarity, the price skyrockets beyond imagination. But wait, what makes one penny worth $1 million, while another from the same year is worth just 1 cent? The answer lies in the world of numismatics, in the precise science and art of coin grading. Coin grading is the process of determining the condition or state of preservation of a coin, and it is the foundation of value in coin collecting. A coin that is circulated heavily might only be worth its face value, but the same coin in mint state or with a rare strike can be worth thousands or even millions. That is why professional grading companies like PCGS, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, exist. These organizations are trusted worldwide to authenticate, grade and certify coins, giving collectors and investors confidence in the value. Imagine sending in your 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, and it comes back graded MS-68 or MS-69 with full red luster, untouched by time. That is when collectors start paying enormous premiums. And in the rarest cases, coins that have exceptional strike clarity, perfect surfaces, and brilliant original red color have sold for millions. The $4.5 million valuation comes from such dreamlike specimens. Let us create a little suspense again. You might be wondering, do you have one? Could a coin sitting in a drawer or an old jar in your house hold this much value? Think about it, because most million-dollar coins are discovered by chance. Someone casually looking through change, someone opening an old box, someone inheriting coins from a grandparent. That is why collectors are always on the lookout. And that is why you should check every detail of your 1957 penny. But what details matter? What should you look for? First, check the mint mark. The 1957 pennies were struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, and in Denver with the D mint mark. Collectors especially prize coins with sharp strikes from the Denver mint in higher grades. Second, pay attention to the color. Copper coins are graded as brown or red with red, being the most desirable because it shows the coin has not oxidized over time. The more original red color, the higher the grade and the higher the value. Third, look for errors. Error coins can be worth a fortune. There are doubled dies where the design appears doubled, repunched mint marks where the D is struck twice, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, and even transitional errors from other years. Each of these varieties could multiply the value of your coin. Here is a powerful fact. The majority of coins are worth cents, but one rare error or one top-grade coin instantly jumps into the realm of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions. That is the thrill of numismatics. It is not just about owning money. It is about owning history, rarity, and beauty that connects you with collectors around the world. And speaking of collectors, you might be curious, where exactly can you sell such a coin? Should you go to a pawn shop, or should you keep it hidden under your pillow? No. The best way to sell a rare and valuable coin is to go through trusted channels. First, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Certification is essential, because buyers trust certified coins. Second, consider auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These are world-renowned numismatic auctioneers where wealthy collectors compete for rare pieces, driving prices to record highs. Third, you can connect with reputable coin dealers or private sales through coin shows and conventions, where serious collectors gather. Always remember, never sell a valuable coin without proper authentication and without understanding its real worth. Now, let me add even more suspense. Imagine a collector at an auction. The room is silent. The auctioneer holds up a gleaming 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, graded MS-68 red, certified by PCGS. The bidding starts at $100,000 within seconds. It jumps to $500,000. Then 1 million, the tension rises as bidders push the price higher until finally the hammer falls at $4.5 million. That is not just a coin changing hands. That is history. That is passion. That is numismatics, at its most thrilling. This is why you should never overlook even the most common-looking penny in your collection, because each coin holds the possibility of hidden treasure. If you have a 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny, check it carefully, weigh it. Look at its thickness, examine the mint mark, study its color, and most importantly, consider grading it professionally, because you never know what value might be hidden in plain sight. And while we are building this suspense, let me ask you a question. Would you like to discover more stories like this? More coins that seem ordinary but are worth millions? If yes, then make sure you hit that subscribe button for our channel, Coin Value Guide, because every week we bring you the secrets of coins you might already own. We reveal the mysteries of numismatics, we teach you how to evaluate your own collection, and we guide you step by step to becoming a smarter collector. Share this video with your friends, with your family, with anyone who might have old coins lying around, because they too might be sitting on a fortune without knowing it. Before we close, let us quickly summarize the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny. Weighs 3.11 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.5 millimeters. It is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It was minted in both Philadelphia with no mint mark and Denver with the D mint mark. Its value ranges from 1 cent to $4.5 million, depending entirely on grade, rarity, and errors. The most valuable specimens are graded by PCGS or NGC as near-perfect coins with full red color, often discovered accidentally by collectors. Now imagine your coin. Imagine that hidden penny. Imagine it being the very next record breaker. That is the power of numismatics. That is the thrill of collecting. And that is why we explore these treasures together on Coin Value Guide. So my friends, do not stop here. The world of coins is vast, filled with stories, suspense, and opportunities waiting for those who pay attention. Subscribe now, join our community, and let us uncover the next million-dollar discovery together. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay passionate, and keep collecting. Today on Coin Value Guide, we are about to uncover one of the most mysterious and jaw-dropping discoveries in the world of rare coins. And I promise you that if you stay with me until the very end, you will not only learn why this coin is valued at more than $5.3 million, but you will also discover details that most collectors do not want you to know. And I guarantee you that you will never look at coins the same way again. So grab your seat and prepare yourself for a journey deep into the world of numismatics, where every tiny detail can change history forever. This coin is none other than the 1948 Franklin half-dollar. And right now you may be asking, what makes this half-dollar so incredibly valuable? How could a 50-cent piece turn into a treasure worth over $5 million? And that, my friends, is where the suspense begins, because when we dig into its history, its specifications, its grading, its rarity, and the exact reasons why collectors chase it like buried treasure, we uncover a fascinating story that keeps collectors awake at night. But before I reveal the ultimate reason for its value, I need you to do one thing. If you love coins, if you enjoy learning about valuable currency, and if you are serious about one day holding wealth in the palm of your hands, make sure you like this video, comment below with your dream coin, and hit that subscribe button right now on Coin Value Guide, because together, we are building the strongest community of coin collectors on YouTube. Now let us slowly unravel the first piece of the puzzle. The Franklin half-dollar was introduced in 1948, and it was the very first time in United States history that Benjamin Franklin appeared on circulating coinage. Franklin had never been on a coin before, and this series was short-lived, running only from 1948 until 1963, when it was replaced by the Kennedy half-dollar after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. But the 1948 first-year issue has always held a powerful place in the heart of collectors, because it is the coin that began the entire Franklin series. But here is where the suspense begins to build. Not every 1948 Franklin half-dollar is valuable. In fact, most of them trade for small premiums over silver value, but only the rarest examples. The ones with the highest grades, the sharpest strikes, and the cleanest surfaces can command life-changing sums, and the ultimate secret lies in the power of professional coin Grading collectors today rely on two giants, PCGS, the professional coin grading service, and NGC, the numismatic guarantee company. These grading companies examine every detail of the coin under magnification. They assign a numeric grade on the Sheldon scale, which runs from 1 for poor condition all the way up to 70 for a perfect coin. And here is where the magic happens. A 1948 Franklin half-dollar in circulated grades might only be worth $15 to $50, but in gem mint state, certified by PCGS or NGC, it can skyrocket into the thousands, and when a perfect or near-perfect specimen appears, the value explodes into the millions. Imagine this suspenseful moment. A collector opens a roll of old half-dollars inherited from a grandfather, and buried inside is a pristine, untouched 1948 Franklin half-dollar. The coin looks like it just left the Philadelphia Mint 75 years ago. It carries razor-sharp detail, full bell lines on the Liberty Bell, and a gleaming surface, untouched by human hands. That coin could easily be the very specimen that auction houses fight over. The very specimen that shatters records and captures headlines. And yes, those specimens have sold for over $5 million. Let me pause right here and ask you if you are enjoying this suspenseful journey. Type yes in the comments and tell me which coin you dream of finding one day, because I want to hear your stories and I will feature some of the best comments in future episodes. Now, let us go deeper into the technical side, because numismatics is not just about dreams, it is about details, and every detail matters. The 1948 Franklin half-dollar has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, a weight of 12.5 grams, and a thickness of 2.15 millimeters. It is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, making it not only valuable for its rarity, but also a piece of real American silver history. But here comes another twist in the story. Collectors are obsessed with what we call full bell lines, or FBL. This refers to the lines that run across the bottom of the Liberty Bell on the reverse of the coin. If those lines are sharp, complete, and uninterrupted, the coin becomes dramatically rarer and instantly more desirable among numismatists. Full bell line specimens and high mint state grades are among the most sought-after coins in the Franklin series, and they can easily mean the difference between a coin worth a few hundred and a coin worth millions. Think about that for a moment. Two coins struck in the same year at the same mint, yet one sells for pocket change and the other sells for more than a luxury mansion. This is the heart of numismatics, the power of rarity grading and demand working together to create legends in metal. But let us not stop there, because if you ever discover a coin like this, the next question you must ask is, how do I sell it? Where is the right place to bring it? And how do I avoid being underpaid? This is where so many new collectors make mistakes. They take their treasure to a pawn shop or a local buyer and walk away with a fraction of its true value. Do not make that mistake. Instead, you need to turn to the giants of the coin auction world, heritage auctions, Stax Bowers, Great Collections, or even direct submission through PCGS and NGC, who often partner with auction houses. These are the venues where the wealthiest collectors in the world gather and where million-dollar bidding wars break out. But let me hold you in suspense for just another moment, because before we wrap this journey up, I want you to know that the story of the 1948 Franklin half-dollar is not only about one coin, it is about a lesson in coin collecting. It shows us that knowledge is power, that grading matters, that small details like full bell lines can change everything, and that patience can turn 50 cents into $5 million. This is why numismatics is not just a hobby. It is a pursuit of history, art, and hidden wealth. And now, my friends, we arrive at the climax. The truth that every collector secretly dreams of, the fact that somewhere out there, perhaps in a dusty box, perhaps in a jar of coins, perhaps even in your own home, lies the possibility of a treasure. The 1948 Franklin half-dollar worth over $5.3 million. Before I close, I need you to take action, because this channel Coin Value Guide exists to help you discover treasures like this. Every week we reveal the stories, the secrets, and the values of rare coins, so make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment, share this video with your fellow collectors. And above all, subscribe right now, because our next episode might feature the very coin sitting in your pocket. Stay curious, stay passionate, and remember, the next time you hold a coin in your hand, you might be holding not just change, but history, and maybe even a fortune. And that is the magic of numismatics and the endless pursuit. a valuable currency only here on Coin Value Guide.